A federal civil lawsuit filed by a woman named Sabrina Atkins. She was arrested in 2021 for a drug charge. Atkins is now suing the Letcher County Sheriff's Office over a former deputy named Ben Fields having sex with her while she was on home incarceration. Atkins claimed in her suit that she couldn't afford to pay for the ankle bracelet and was afraid to go back to jail. So Fields, who was supervising her on home incarceration, offered to help her in exchange for sex. Atkins said she and Fields had sex in Judge Mullins' chambers 6 times. Fields eventually was charged criminally and served 6 months in jail. He's supposed to be on probation for 6.5 years.
Push the goddamn button! Push the goddamn button!
As a man, especially as a father, a spouse, a brother, a son, and a nephew, I would never in my existence blame another man for doing anything to protect his family. From my personal experience, when you have women in your life that you truly love and care about, there is always a constant thought of, what if? What if someone breaks into my home to harm my wife and daughters while I'm away? What if someone tries to take advantage of my wife or daughters while they're out hanging with their friends? What if someone in a position of influence and power uses said power against my wife or against my daughters? The very next what if is, what if I found out exactly who it is? Though these thoughts may be very unhealthy, and I have personally learned that your subconscious mind can pull things into existence, it is imperative to not allow those thoughts to linger. I acknowledge this, but I know it's not easy to not think about it from time to time. There's a natural instinct or innate mandate to mentally prepare yourself to protect the women you love. When it comes to the subject at hand, one fact that we can all agree about: judges and sheriffs, or any law enforcement of any particular county, they know each other very, very, very well. In a place like Letcher County, Kentucky, with a population of barely over 20,000 residents, it is very easy for you to come to the conclusion that most of the people who live in and control this area pretty much grew up together, spent multiple decades with one another, and almost certainly their families are interconnected and familiar with each other in some shape or form. When you spend that kind of time with, or you're in close proximity to someone for that amount of time, you can become very familiar with everything about them. The good things as well as the not so good things. You become familiar with their habits, relationships, and great deeds, as well as the rumors and things that aren't supposed to be very well known. When it comes to people who are in a position of authority like judges and sheriffs, that familiarity becomes tenfold because you have access to everyone's dirty little secrets, including each other's. In most all circumstances, judges and sheriffs of any county in America, they're pretty much great friends. It's damn near mandatory in order to run a smooth operation when it comes to enforcing laws in any said area. Their kids go to the same schools and play ball together. They swap Christmas gifts and take turns hosting Thanksgiving Day rituals. They go to the same bars and restaurants to get drunk and watch ball together. At the end of the day, they usually cover up each other's mess as well. Unless you're living under a rock, you know exactly what I mean. It's just the natural order of business in society today. With all that being said, for a sheriff to murder a judge on camera in said judge's chambers, not run, ask for fairness, who by the way was known to have been friends with said judge, that could only mean a couple of things. Either the judge had some groundbreaking evidence on the sheriff that would get him locked up for a very long time and was about to expose him or was currently extorting him, or that judge had to do something egregious to a member of that sheriff's family. You see, when it comes to a small community like this, you can trust and believe that the judge and the sheriff knows each other's dirty little secrets. You see, just before this happened, one of the sheriff's deputies or bailiffs had pled guilty to extorting a woman that was on house arrest because she couldn't afford her ankle monitor. In order to stay out of jail, he was forcing the woman to have sex with him and others, sometimes right there in the same judge's chambers where he was eventually murdered. Well, during that same investigation, the woman claimed to have allegedly witnessed the judge doing the same thing to another woman in those same chambers on some sort of camera or phone device.
But he does have some videotapes of some stuff in the judge's chambers.
What kind of stuff?
Just with girls, sexual and stuff.
What describe? Have you seen the videos?
I've seen one partly, and just them having sex with girls for their be able to get out of jail.
Who was having sex?
Ben and just some higher ups up there.
Who?
The judge and.
Now you saw the video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What did you see on the video? I mean, you.
I mean, I've seen Judge Wallen having sex with a girl.
Who was the girl?
I don't know, because I don't know a lot of people from over there.
Where was it at?
In his office, in the judge's chambers.
Is that the same place that you were meeting Ben? Is that how you know it was a judge in chambers?
Yeah.
And this was Judge who?
Mullins.
But you don't know who the girl was?
Mm-hmm.
The woman also made claims of either herself or other women in her situation being pimped out to other men outside of the judge and some of the sheriff's people. So you have a deputy that's already admitted to extortion with an ongoing investigation, and you have a judge who is allegedly involved in the same type of behavior. Now, who's to say whether the sheriff participated in any of this activity or not? But you can bet your sweet ass that the sheriff knows what type of activity is and has been going on. You see, this means without a shadow of a doubt, the sheriff knows that something like this can flat out happen and be possible in his area and with those people. You see, any logical human being would understand that if there was a mention of this sheriff's daughter or wife, the sheriff has a conversation with the judge at lunch that goes in the direction where the judge suggests that they need to finish their conversation in private in his chambers, the same place where a lot of fucking been going on. That conversation then resulted in the sheriff shooting an unarmed judge multiple times on camera, walks off, then turns back around to put a few more rounds in him and not run. I can guarantee you that that judge did something to that man's child, most likely, or possibly even his wife. Now, I always say that I don't condone violence, and I definitely don't condone killing anyone unless it's in true safety of your own life or in defense and protection of innocent people. Now, do I think the sheriff is some sort of hero for possibly protecting his family? Hell no, because I believe he's known for a long time that this judge, his friend, and many others have been doing these types of things to vulnerable people who knew no one would listen to them, and he did nothing about it and was possibly involved. It's just that him turning a blind eye to this type of activity allowed some of that same behavior to now knock on his front door as well. Do I sympathize with the probability and understand it? Hell yeah. Because like I said in the beginning, as a man, there always that thought in your head. What if I could find out and catch the person who did something wrong to one of the women that I love? Deuces.
Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. Period. All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
Push the goddamn button.